Sarah Polley is a filmmaker really, really close to our hearts. I mean, she, as a on-screen talent, we've loved her work, and since she's turned to directing as well too, she's made such intelligent, singular work from, and also really worked beautifully with adaptation as well too. So from working on Alice Munro's short story to Margaret Atwood's work, and here again tonight, you're going to see an adaptation of Miriam Toews' really, really gorgeous novel. And like only a filmmaker with singular a voice as Sarah could make a film like the one you're going to see tonight. But I'm also really thrilled that we have an incredible producing duo here tonight, and someone I admire very much who's made Moonlight and If Beale Street Could Talk at the festival, and we've loved showcasing their work. So to introduce her film, please put your hands together for Dede Gardner.
This is the premiere in the UK. We're really thrilled you're here. Thank you for coming. We love this movie, and we really hope you do too. A woman with boundless and unfettered imagination and the best partner I could dream of, Sarah Polley.
Thank you so much to the London Film Festival for having us here. It's a huge honor to get to show it here. I haven't been in London in 20 years, and I can't think of a way I'd more like to be here than with this film and with this incredible team of people. This was a very collective, collaborative effort with some of the best actors I've ever seen in my life. I still can't believe they said yes, and I'm so happy. Some of them are here with us tonight.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions without, just to set up for the audience.
Jessie's answering all of them.
We'll start with Sarah, actually. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was in Miriam Toews' book that you responded to?
I've always been a huge fan of Miriam Toews' writing. This book just seared through me, and it raised questions that I'd been grappling with consciously, and I think articulated a lot of things I'd been grappling with unconsciously. It complicated a lot of conversations that had been happening around us. It landed right after the Me Too movement. That wasn't planned, in the same way that this film is landing at a very specific moment in the struggle for women's rights, and also wasn't planned. And it tends to provoke a conversation both within me, and it also tends to provoke conversations amongst people in which I found after that book came out, people were listening and talking to each other about it in a manner in which they might actually change their minds. Like actually real conversations in which people weren't shouting at each other and liking each other's shouting, but able to embrace nuance and difficulty and challenge.
And Sarah, I also wanted to just talk about the design of the film and the pace of the film, which is so gorgeous and so precise. And what the effect for me as a viewer was that you've elevated what could be a sort of singular conversation into something that is, you know, feels like you've addressed a systemic issue. Can you talk about the design and how that played into what you wanted to achieve as well?
It was really important to me to approach the film as a fable. And even though it takes place in a very specific place, in a very specific time, that there be a timelessness about it, and a sense in which, in the way that fables do, they're talking about all of us, wherever we are.
And for you three as performers, I wanted to throw sort of the other side of the question, that this is a fable, but each of you as characters, and we're going to see this with all of the incredible actors in the film, that you each have your own voice, but that you are part of a chorus as well. How much did you talk to Sarah about the style and the pace of the performances?
I don't know whether we ever did we?
I didn't really direct it.
I think that the story's so overwhelming and complex and deep that I don't think we all were there to support each other and to concentrate on what the story was and the kind of kernel of the idea of what this film was trying to be. And I think we all, I mean, I'm speaking for everybody. Let's do it. I will do it. That we all trusted Sarah implicitly, and if we ever kind of fell off the radar, I suppose, in a way, she always got us back on, because of her confidence and her kind of really clear vision of what we were trying to make and what we were trying to say. And we basically were just there for her and each other, really. That's what I felt, anyway. Guys?
And Jess,
I agree with all of what you just said.
And Jessie, with you, was it Miriam's novel, or was it something Sarah said to you that made you want to engage with the project?
It was both, really. I got the script first, and I hadn't read a piece like this about women like this, and being it really niggled me, this script. Like, I didn't know what it was. It wasn't like, aha, this is it. This is what I'm going to do next. And I kind of went away from it, and I read the book, and then I did an awful audition. I did, Sarah. But it's all right.
It was the most amazing audition ever.
And then it went away again, and it was just in the back of my head the whole time. And I think even before we started filming it, and while we were filming it, it was never an answered question of what this film was. And I don't think this is a film that will hopefully ever have a finite answer. It's something that will be timeless and live on and continue to provoke. And that's all you can ever hope for, I guess, and something that you want to experience and grow from.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here with Women Talking. And it's such a pleasure and a privilege to have you guys here and to show the film to the London Film Festival audience. So thank you. And thanks to Universal for allowing us to screen the film.